Hello and welcome back to another Meet a Coloholic. I'm your host, Captain Sid. So, with me, I have a very new member to the show, Spont. Not so new to the site, but to the show, yes. This is our first meeting as an interviewee, I don't believe on the on the web show. So, hello Spont, how are you?
Nervous.
Nervous why?
Because I don't do interviews. I'm just too awesome.
Oh my. So, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Damn, there's really not much to say. I'm a coloholic. I'm going to school for medicine, and I'm probably older than half you kids on the site.
Well, as a gentleman, I can't ask you how old you are, but how long ago has it been since you left high school?
4 years.
4 years. I'm older than you.
No, you're not.
Yep, because 6 years ago, I left high school.
Sure. Keep telling yourself that.
Unless you were like one of those kids that you know. Had to go back a couple of times.
Don't know what you're talking about.
For those listening to the show, if you could only see the facial expressions we're both making. Did you enjoy the brownies in the green room?
No, I passed. I'm just always like this.
Because, those brownies...
Yeah, I know. I got it. I ruined it. That's what I do.
No, the brownies were made by TFE, so it's probably good.
See?
It's probably good that you didn't eat them.
See, I just know better, Never trust a brownie. They say cake's a lie, but it's really the brownies.
Touche. So, when did you join the site?
Sometime in the middle of March 2009.
Alright, so you're a veteran member.
Half a decade.
Touche.
Ooh, that makes me sound old. I like that.
Our young member trying to sound old, got it. So, how was the community when you joined?
Can't really say much because about maybe a month after I joined, I left for about a year.
Yes.
So I remember the first 2 RPs I joined. One was Left 4 Dead RP by Nevo.
Oh.
Very awesome, that one. Died brutally, though. And then there's this Final Fantasy RP. And I don't remember what it was called, but I remember the guy I first RP'd with, and he was called Pyro Phoenix. I mentioned his name in the C box the other day. No one knew who he was. Made me feel real good.
Okay. So you have an obsession with feeling old?
I tend to look at younger people and think of them as almost like siblings, I gotta be the older person, look out for them and stuff. It's very strange.
It is kind of, yes.
Thank you.
So, Spont, what has been your greatest achievement on Colo?
I don't really have an achievement, really. Unless you consider being the most inconsistent person on Colo who continually comes back for long periods of time, a feat or achievement.
I suppose we could see if TFE would make that an award. But
probably.
What would be your worst defeat, if you will, or failure on Colo?
Solo Knife Wielder. Yeah, earlier that year, before we did the Colo Awards, about 6 months before that, I was spamming the hell out of everything. Me, Generic, and this girl who went by Cutie. We were everywhere. And then Solo came out of nowhere when I took a break 3 months before the awards, and Solo won the freaking Spammer Award. That was my greatest failure. No one even realizes I was a contender, but I know.
Are you going to try to re-win this award?
No, I don't spam anymore, After 3,000 posts of just spamming, you kind of get tired after a while.
I would imagine. So, as we move on, what has been your favorite RP so far? Currently.
RPs that are alive right now? My favorite would have to be Naruto, Rise from the Ashes, run by none other than Jason, also known as Dark something or other.
Mm-hmm. Dark Apostle, I believe.
Something like that. You know, he likes to be all fancy.
Indeed.
I joined another one of his RPs a long time ago. It was a Halo RP. And, yeah, that died pretty hard, too.
Okay. So, where are you roughly from?
All over America.
Outstanding.
Pretty much everywhere except for Hawaii and Alaska. Never been to Canada, never been to Mexico. Just America.
I wouldn't really say that's parts of America yet, but we're getting there. We're getting there. But, all in all.
Well, no one even recognizes Canada anyways. They're like, oh, hey, is that the 51st state up there?
It's a hell of a big state. But tell me, what's been your least favorite RP, if you will? I mean, one you've been a part of and you were like, damn it, I should have joined this one.
It was a Hetalia RP.
Yeah?
And, you know, I like history and, you know, stereotypes are hilarious, and that's why I liked Hetalia. And I joined it, and I was all, you know, ready to RP and everything, and I realized, like, not to be mean, but, I mean, these girls, all of them were girls, mind you, were leaving, like, 3-sentence posts, and they were all paired off in couples of male characters doing stuff, and I was like, wow, really should not have joined this RP.
Believe it or not, Coloholics, there are women amongst you. They simply wear the face. Man.
Yeah, but like these were, you know, men. They're girls. I knew they were girls playing men, doing homosexuals.
I knew that was going to be the case.
Worse than that, some of it was incest.
I knew somehow that would be one of the cases. When women have control of men, usually it's yaoi or brothers upon brothers. Which is weird.
That the brothers on brothers, that's just...
Now, what kills me when I see some women role-play men, they turn them into Bishies. I don't know what that really means. I think it means the feminine-looking males. Like
yes, very, very beautiful-looking men that in real life would probably be gay. I don't know why, you know, girls like homosexual couples like that, you know, all kind of creepy into it. But, yeah.
Well,
I mean, you're never going to get either one of those guys. Why bother?
So, I mean, divulging slightly away from your interview, we're going to discuss this particular topic of... I think it's because the homosexual males have similar tendencies that most women find appealing because they do them themselves. They're very sensitive men who, like, in my own opinion, when women say men don't feel anything, it's not true. We're not stone. It's just we were told as children to bottle them, so we have really deep emotions, like, inside of us, and it takes a lot to tap them. But once we tap them, it's like we either really love something or we hate it, or if we don't tap the emotion, we just don't give a fuck. Women use these emotions every day. It's like, I like those shoes. I hate that bitch. I love this ice cream. Chocolate's amazing. They feel all these emotions at once, and they can, you know, assign them to things. But when men assign, like, say, love to a woman, it's confusing because you're like, maybe it's her ass, maybe it's her eyes, maybe it's her personality, maybe it's the cooking she makes. It reminds me of mother. That's the creepy part. But I think it's because the gay men can feel these emotions really easily that these women like that. But the beautiful men like Bishies, I just don't understand because most of the characters they turn into Bishies were closer to hypermasculine men or average men, so...
See, I don't get the appeal, you know, if I wanted to date a really beautiful man who felt really deep emotions about everything, I would just go date a woman. I mean, really. If you think about it, the way they make the men, and they're like, oh, this is my perfect man. And it's like, oh, look, your perfect man has pink high heels. I'm sorry.
That's pretty true when I see all these yaois of Cloud and Sephiroth. They're like hyper feminine looking, and it's like, are they gender benders or is this something creepier? Or is Shinra just issuing out yaoi soldiers? Like, here you go. Women can fawn over them, men can just shake their head in shame. Shake our head. But back to your interview. So besides the women doing homosexual / incestual things with themselves, which I believe is latent tendency for lesbianisms, which I don't really give two shits. But
the thing that really got me about that though, it was like mostly that, but then some of it, not all of it, because there was this occasional person that, you know, really wrote well, but a lot of it was just really bad writing to begin with.
Ah.
And that's what gets me in an RP. If I go to an RP or a story, and most of the stuff is really poorly written, now that's a little red flag, and I don't go there anymore.
Yeah.
I've learned, don't go there.
You have good
totally
instincts.
going to the point that I used to be a really horrible writer myself.
Well, I mean, you can't be as bad as most of Gaia's writers.
They have writers?
I know the term is too nice, but I have nothing left to give them. I would say people who smear shit on walls one sentence at a time, but even that's too kind. Yes, I so love Gaia. Fond
I used
memories.
to be a part of Gaia.
I was too once, then I learned. Once I got the email saying, hey, you want to go to a real place? I'm like, yeah!
See, I didn't learn. See, it all started with a little RP called Water Country, and then someone took me to this Naruto gaming site, and then I went to Gaia like, oh, look, there's an ad, let's go to this place. But then someone saved me before I could get too deep, and they're like, hey, you, join this site. And I became a Coloholic, and then I dropped the internet for like a year, so whatever.
It's like, I made it. I'm in the big time. Dropping everything.
Gone.
That's kind of what I feel like Coloholics is. If you get the email, either someone saw potential in you or saw that you disliked where you were and allowed you a chance to join, I won't say elite group, but most of us are elite veterans. I won't say elitist, but some people will probably view themselves as elitist, but yeah. We are kind of an elite RP group. I'm still one of our shittiest RPers out there, I will admit that freely.
I've got like 5,880 some odd posts, and 1,880 some odd of those posts are actually RPing. The rest of it's just spam. You can go look in the Fun and Games thread. Yeah, those old pages, the last 5 or so, I've replied to every single one of them. You'll just see walls of my name all over the place.
I'm good with not looking at walls of your name. I mean,
sure you are.
It's all spam. So I hate spam because I have to eat spam as a child, like the actual meat product. Spam.
See, I had spam and eggs. My one friend, she made it for me. It was actually good. Next time I tried it, I wanted to just die. It was horrible.
Yeah, it's great. The very first time you eat it, you're like, wow, that's pretty
We're
good.
really off topic.
Yeah, we are. But moving back to the interview. Well, actually, it's not, since we're getting to know you. It's all about you now. But we've gone through pretty much your entire Coloholics career. We've delved a little bit into your own personality and your history. I think we've covered pretty much every base we need. If you would like, we can give our closing comments. Do you have any shout-outs to any of your friends or hated enemies?
Shout-outs to my friends? Ooh, I mean, that's like everybody who's ever been in the C-Box in the last year.
And then just give a shout out to C-Box.
I really don't have anything to say to all these people. I mean, I talk to them all the time. I mean, what do you say to someone you talk to all the time? Hey. I can talk to you. I don't ever talk to you.
Okay, you can shout out to me if you want.
You're an awesome interviewer, Sid. Yeah.
Yay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this has been another issue of Meet a Coloholic. Like and subscribe, and we'll see you again. Good night.
Bye.